YouTube, Ronin Kaze, starting off with the frog in my throat. Hey, we're doing the video, manifest. What is it? What does it matter? Why does it matter to me? So if you check out this gentleman's YouTube manifest, it's a change in a thing that's the background extension for extensions. So for Chrome-based, like Edge and Chrome, they're getting rid of manifest version 2. Why does that matter, Ronin? Well, if you use uBlock origin, it's written on manifest version 2 extension language, whatever it is. And Edge and Chromium are getting rid of it. Google and Microsoft are getting rid of it, and they're going to version 3. Why does that matter to me, Ronin? Well, the reason why it matters to you is that you won't be able to block ads and trackers as much as you were before with uBlock origin. Because Manifest 3 kind of takes that ability away. It doesn't make it so aggressive. And why is that, Ronin? And this is nothing wrong with those companies, but that's how they make money, is sending ads to you. And this is what I'm going to say. Whether you're on the right, left, center, no matter what your political orientation is, we should be getting paid for them to do that. Their software free versions are enough. There's hobbyists that make a lot of free, VLC comes to mind, that make free software. So if you're going to use it to ad, then just pay us. Pay us $200 a month. Pay everyone. But Ronin, that would be right. Maybe not everyone would get served ads then, because maybe they're not the demographic. So if you're a 75-year-old person that lives in rural Michigan, okay, well, let's get into what this says. This is what the change is going to do. I'm not going to read it for you. I told you that. I'm not a big reader of that. And we'll talk about how to do this in the future, you know, what we should be doing. But that's why I recommend, if you or you know someone that uses Windows 10 and even Windows 11 now, you should get off it and get on Linux. The operating system doesn't track you by default. And then furthermore, I gave you that kind of thumbnail. That was a video I did on different web browsers you should use. And really, you should use LibreWolf, which is based on Firefox. And you should there's 2 extensions you should use. You should use Dark Reader and uBlock origin. And they'll still work in the Firefox universe. But they won't work for Chromium-based stuff. It's going to go to the other thing. What's going to probably eventually happen when people make websites, the website itself will be probably baked in the HTML that it will allow people to track. And that'll be another bigger, broader fight, which is, who's the internet for? Is it our internet or is it companies' internet? And really, this is something that was kind of, I think it's traced back to ARPA and Al Gore. It's traced back to ARPA. So our government, the U.S. federal funds paid for it. So it's the people, it's our tax dollars. It should be kept for everyone. It's like a utility for people now. You can't really, there's going to be a point, let's say when all the baby boomers exit. I'm a Gen Xer. I'm pretty computer savvy, but let's say once I get out of there, millennials, right, they're going to be totally on the... So if you use Chrome, here's what's going to happen from uBlock's point of view. And they're going over what's changing. If you're on Windows 10, Windows 11, you should go to Linux. If you game ever, you should be on CacheOS. If you have a computer from 2016 on, you should be on CacheOS. It's just going to run faster. When you come into the Linux community, there's a lot of verbiage that people that are gatekeeping that will they'll give the same tropes about all the different, they're all built on the same kernel. They have very slight differences, but they'll say this one's more stable, this one's less stable. I have loaded the top 20 distros on the computers, loaded them, not on virtual machines, which is different. loaded them. And I can just tell you by far the Arch-based ones, CacheOS, Manjaro, what's it called? Serenity. I don't know if it's called Serenity. Endeavor, Arch, and Garuda. Those 5, you can't go wrong with those. But really, I think CacheOS is the best. I recently did a video on kernels and schedulers, explain that to you because that's kind of demystifying it. It even changes the reactivity of your operating system even more. So on top of this, the main thing you're going to do on all these websites is you're going to browse the internet. And so the next thing you need is a browser. And so unless you want to be tracked constantly, sorry for that notification, YouTube, then you don't want to use that type of software anymore. You just don't want to use Chrome or Edge. You should never want to use Edge. And there's a thing called ungoogled Chromium that you can get. And this is what to do if you have Firefox. And I had recommended if you needed to go to, your banking or whatever. But what I found when I went to my bank, it worked on Firefox. So you could pretty much be on Firefox and you're going to have a pretty good experience. You're going to be able to block ad trackers and do all that kind of stuff. And of course, you're going to be on I'm trying to see what am I doing on my time. I got 6 minutes. I got a while to go. I just had a heart attack because I don't know if you noticed in the bottom, there's like a little boat race going on. And I had that going on for just a little diversification. So that's the idea. You switch from Windows 10 immediately. If you have parents on Windows 10, CacheOS, you go in, you burn on a thumb drive, go over there, do it on one of your old computers, and then just switch it for them, give them their browser, get their bookmarks. Quick aside, when my mom was still alive a long time ago, I had this compact all-in-one. It was like a Pentium 1 or Pentium 2. And I eventually gave it to her. I bought it in the Coast Guard when I was like, where was I? I was officer in charge in Long Beach. So that was like 95-ish. So I had Windows 95. All she did is she bookmarked everything. Her whole homepage was just all bookmarks, right? And I found that with a lot of people that are older, they put everything on their desktop. And that's neither here nor there. Sorry, Mom. God bless you wherever you are. But switch them off of it. Get them onto CacheOS. You get on CacheOS because you can use it. You can play most of your games on that. Now, Grand Theft Auto 6 is getting released soon. I wonder if that's going to be playable. Man, if that's playable, then you're only talking about first-person shooters. So let's get back to this other thing. If someone wants to pay me to track me for ads, you can do that. But you got to pay me. And I got to sign up for it. And I could say, hey, I'm interested in these things. I'm probably not going to buy a house. I don't need home mortgage, but maybe I need health insurance. Maybe I need a new washer and dryer. Maybe I can have all the other millions of things. But someone that's 75 or older, 80 years or older, they really aren't that big of consumers just by what they spend. So you don't have to pay everyone in the world, but you've got to pay something. And having a free Gmail that doesn't work or free web browser that tracks me everything and then feeds other people my ads and doesn't ask my permission. And additionally, I saw another video. There's a thing called Microsoft Setup or something that you can download. And what it does is it changes your browser and it changes a lot of your settings underneath to things that are more favorable for Microsoft. So it's time for you to get off Microsoft, right? You're going to get, oh gosh. Now that's bad, YouTube, because what that happened right there is I'm on my Mac and it's supposed to be playing a video for my cheap lighting that's free. So anyways, enough of that, right? Should pay you for that, but you should get off Chrome now if you haven't got off Chrome. If you like tabs on the side, you can do that with Firefox. So this is Ronin Kaze. I hope you have a good one. Get enough landing to get out of here. Manifest. It's not your destiny. You want to stick on version 2. Bye, YouTube.